Welcome everyone to today's webinar on how to apply successfully. I'm very glad so many of you are here today. So how it will look like, it's basically in the beginning, I will go through a little PPT with you, give you a very short introduction generally about the program, and then also step by step how to apply. And afterwards we have a Q&A, so you can ask any questions you might have. So once again, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Alexander Schütze-Wenning, or you can call me Alex. Currently, I'm responsible for the third and fourth year, but you will also get to know who will be your first year coordinator very soon then. I'll guide you today through everything you need to know and how to apply to the Translational Medicine PhD program at Semmelweis University. Whether you are just getting started or already prepared your documents, we hope you leave the session feeling informed and confident. So here with us at the Center for Translational Medicine, you have three options to choose from and to apply for programs. One is the PhD, the MD, or you could call it DMD or Pharm PhD, depending on what is your previous profession, medicine, dentistry, or pharmacy. And also we do offer an MSc program. So let's start generally. What is translational medicine? Let's begin with a quick overview. Translational medicine bridges the gap between research and patient care. So for us, it is mainly bridging the gap between clinical science and patient care. It transforms scientific discoveries into real treatments, diagnostics, and preventive strategies. Our program is one of the, I really need to say, most practice-orientated PhD opportunities within Europe. We had the opportunity to meet other PhD schools and speak to other PhD candidates from other schools, and it's absolutely evident to say that we do offer the most practice-orientated opportunities. We have a very strong clinical integration and also huge international collaborations, as you will see, with Hong Kong, Shanghai, and also much further. So let's clarify who can apply to what type of program that we do offer here. For the PhD program, applicants need to have at least a master's degree or an equivalent qualification in either medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, biology, public health, or any life science related field. It's also possible if it's not an absolute life science related field. We have currently one first year student who had a background of economy and now is doing health economy related project. So that's also possible. What is absolutely, let's say, wished for is that you already bring a strong academic background, but it's not absolutely mandatory. But what is mandatory is that you, of course, have interest in clinical research. That's essential. Further, international applicants are absolutely welcome to our program. Our program is fully English taught and is designed for a very diverse and global student body. For the MD PhD program, so again, it does not mean that you must have you must be in your MD program. It can be DMD as well or your Pharm program. For this, you must be again, medical, dental, or pharmacy student at Semmelweis University who has completed at least 4 years for medicine and 3 years for dentistry of their complete studies within Semmelweis. And you must have a minimum GPA, so the average of your grade must be at least 4.0. This would make you eligible to apply for the MD, DMD, and so on program. This pathway would allow them to begin their doctoral research, and this is a huge advantage of the MD PhD. You can start your clinical research, your doctoral research, alongside with your medical studies. So with this saving much more time later on. Normally a PhD takes roughly 4 years. And if you start your PhD completely after your medical degree, it would be an additional 4 years. So you could layer it basically and save 1 or 2 years afterwards. So that's a huge advantage. In both tracks, we are looking, of course, what's main importance, because you don't really need to come with an extreme set of hard skills, which you already know. This is what we will teach you, but what we are looking for is curiosity, motivation, and a research-oriented mind. Students who are eager to contribute to translation of science into discoveries into clinical practice. For the MSc, it's a little bit different. For the MSc to be eligible, you need at least a bachelor's degree or an equivalent in medicine, biology, or pharmacy, or any other related fields. we are looking for applicants who are passionate, again, driven and ready to engage in interdisciplinary research. You will see this also later. We can talk about it in the group meetings. Indeed, they are very interdisciplinary most often. And of course, if you already bring a strong academic record and clear motivation, that would be a huge benefit for you. So here at this slide and in the next slide, you can find the QR codes, which you should scan to apply for the programs. One on the top, we'll have the QR code for the PhD course, and then we have the QR code for the MD PhD. And I hope everyone had enough time.
So the lower one is the MD PhD.
The lower one is MD PhD. Or no, you have to apply for both. One is for the CTM website and one is for the doctoral office. And both is for PhD and MD PhD, and then you have to click further afterwards.
Do we have to do this now?
You can take a screenshot otherwise, but there are also, you can find them on our website. There are many other opportunities. Okay. But if you want, you can do this now as well. All right. And here we have the QR code for the master course, so the MSc, Master of Science. All right. I hope you all had enough time to scan it. So in the next part, we will go through what is needed, what are the documents you need to have and need to prepare for your application. So what you need and what are additional documents we would be happy to see because they'll provide you some extra points. Absolutely important. I think that's quite evident. We need to see, or you need to upload your CV, so curriculum vitae. It is, I guess you all know, it's your academic and research background, formatted clearly and professional. Basically, who are you about your life as well and what you have done, the steps so far. Further, a motivation letter is needed. You should explain why you're interested in translational medicine, what is uniquely qualifying there for you, your career goals, and how your background fits into the program. Further, what we would need is the university diploma and the transcript of your grades, either from your bachelor's or your master's degree, depending on what you want to apply for, plus the transcripts, again, what I said, the transcript showing your grade. Further, if you have not studied in English language here at Semmelweis or prior, we need also a proof of English proficiency. This can be more or less any officially accredited test like TOEFL, IELTS, or any equivalent version as well. Further, yes, please.
I wanted to ask about the diploma and stuff. Even if we are internal Semmelweis students, we have to print it out and attach that.
If you graduated from Semmelweis, then we need this as well.
No, but I'm in the fifth year. So
I mean, then you don't have a diploma yet. But what we would still need is your grade transcript.
Okay. Good.
Yes, you can request your grade transcript from the secretariat. I don't know if you're an English, German, or Hungarian secretariat, and then they will, I think, for a small fee provided to you. I don't know why they will ask for a fee for this, but this was at least for me the case last year.
Okay, thank you.
Further, what we would need is the research topic and supervisor confirmation. Again, this is not absolutely written in stone, the research topic. In the first weeks of the whole program of when you start, we'll actually take nearly 6 weeks or 8 weeks to really fine-tune and formalize your question. But in this stage, what we would need to see and want to see is what is your general interest, which field is which field are you passionate about, and to already give a short explanation what you would like to do, what type of research, and what you envision. It doesn't need to be 100% correct and needs to be the best research plan yet, but you should already have something also showing, of course, that you are motivated and interested in this. Further, a supervisor confirmation would be ideal. And if you don't have a supervisor yet, that's also acceptable. We will see this in the next slide. It's a possibility to click on this as well.
The confirmation of the supervisor has to be in written, like an email or something, or just the name?
If you have a supervisor, then in written would be the best.
Okay,
And then that he would also sign your research plan. But again, it also happens that some of the students do not have a supervisor in the very beginning. So that can be dealt with as well.
Okay.
Sorry, can I ask a question? Like regarding the supervisor, if we just started our collaboration and we don't have yet a predefined research plan, and as I try to do my application in the doctoral college, is mandatory fields to complete 2 to 3 pages. It says about the research plan and also to have a motivational letter from our supervisor. What should we fill in this mandatory fields?
Yes. So regarding, I think there might be a little mistake because that would be strange to have a motivation letter from the supervisor, or do they want to have a motivation why the supervisor should be a supervisor for us? I don't think so. So a motivation letter is your intrinsic, your personal motivation, of course. But on the other hand, you just have to fill what's written. So you have to fill in and submit a 3 to 6 pages research plan. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you should have some idea what you want to do, some field you want to go in, and nuances you want to investigate. And you should elaborate this, write this down, and explain why this is interesting and what you envision for this. Maybe even go further, write down what is your hypothesis. Maybe you can have a clinical question, a research question, even a clinical question framework with a population, intervention, a comparator, outcomes you want to look at. So there are many different possibilities. And the better you prepare, the better it would be, of course, for your application.
Okay, so
and
it
for your
doesn't have to be.
possibility.
So it doesn't have to be perfect, just an outline of what we are thinking to do, basically.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
most likely it will not be perfect, especially since in the first weeks of the semester, this will be the main task of the group meetings to really dial down and really perfect the question, because the question is actually one of the most important parts of your entire research. If you have a good question, the rest will flow much more smooth.
And also when we try to do the application via the doctoral college, it doesn't have the option to, let's say, just register for the Center of Translational Medicine. We need also to apply either for dental research division or something else in the doctoral college application.
You will see this. We will go there in a bit.
Okay, thank you.
Back to the research plan thing. Do we, say, when it says 3 to 6 pages, like we actually have to go into detail, even though we don't have a precise idea yet? I mean, I have an idea in a general topic. I spoke to a supervisor. We're looking at stuff, but I cannot fill 3 or 6 pages about that.
I mean, this is what it's required. So you should aim to do so. Yes. Try to make it wordy, try to write as much about it, especially if you have a supervisor. Try to discuss it with your supervisor and come up with a bit more elaborate plan. So it would not be enough, or it would not look good if you're just saying, I want to do research on PCO. That's it, right? So in one sentence. So try to be a bit more elaborate, maybe compare it to what is already known in the literature. What's the importance? What's the background of this research? I think if you spend more time and invest in it, you will be able to come up with at least 3 pages of a research plan.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So further, what would be important for extra points is if you have any publications, to also submit the list of publications. If you have done any conference presentations or poster, that would be very helpful and will give you extra points as well, but you will see later what are the points, what I'm talking about. Further, a recommendation letter, certificates from relevant courses, if you have done any, for example, if you've done clinical research training, any statistics training, or any scientific writing workshops, these would also provide you extra points, and scientific awards or scholarships if you have received any. So again, these are additional materials, can give you, I would say, a competitive edge, because some positions are quite fought for, I would say, especially if you're applying to one of the more popular research topics, or also supervisors. And remember, but this is just very general for any document you upload. I mean, do upload it as they requested, but also be very clear, well organized, because the first time we see the documents of the doctoral school, it already speaks volumes, who the student is, how they apply, how clean and neat their documents are. Make sure everything is easy to read, it's free of errors, and of course, it's tailored for this application. So don't use the CV which you used to maybe apply for Semmelweis, since this must have been updated. This must be a few years ago. So make it tailored and make it appropriate. So in the next slide here, we will see one of our faculty members, this is Chana Turan, and he will tell you a bit about some tips on choosing a research plan, which we mentioned prior.
Initiating, following up, and finalizing a research proposal. The Center for Translational Medicine helps you in 3 different ways. The first is the structured scientific methodological training, where we take students from the beginning point of clinical research to the very end and finalizing with publication strategies and networking. Second, we help with investigation. Whether it is biostatistical investigation or patient enrollments or bioethics and ethical approvals, we don't leave any of our PhD students alone with their research. And third, research is first and foremost a teamwork, and you will always work with a team comprising of supervisors, biostatisticians, scientific methodology supervisors, and plenty of diverse auxiliary team members. So if you join Center for Translational Medicine, we will make sure that you start your research proposal and end with a fantastic publication.
That's great. So that was Chana, one of our senior faculty members. So now we will go through actually step by step how to apply, and you will see the interfaces, and I will guide you through what you have to fill in. I think it's quite self-explanatory and evident, but still we will go through all the steps.
This is the same for the MD PhD? Because
yes, you will see this.
Okay.
It's the same. It's for PhD program, but it's also the same for any other. So once you scan the QR code, you will go further and you will reach this site. And then, I think, as I said before, quite evident, you have to fill in every bracket or every space, especially the ones, and that's mandatory, where you see asterisks. So again, you have to fill in the last name at birth, your mother's last name. Probably most of you know this already. This is in Hungary quite a specialty here. Often your mother's name is required for official documentation. You need to fill in your citizenship, your last name, so not at birth, but the current one, first name at birth, mother's first name and middle name, first name, place of birth, your gender, date of birth, and your marital status. Then you continue and you click further. Further, you need to add your email address, obviously, and your mobile phone. Further, if you have a permanent address, or generally your permanent address is required. There's also for students who are maybe not Hungarian, if you have a temporary address, but you will see this in the next slide. So we need the country, public area, postcode, type of public area, city, the number, everything about your permanent address. So this was the case which I've just mentioned. It is not compulsory. If you're a foreigner and living in Hungary, you should still fill it in. This is just your temporary address. Again, postcode, street name, anything which you have about this should be filled in. And here we get so far. So name of the doctoral division in this case. So again, this is the doctoral office website where you should apply. And when you are at this stage here, name of doctoral division, even though Center for Translational Medicine sounds very much like theoretical and translational medicine division, do not click on this. So do not choose this one, but further fill in the other divisions or other academic program, the title of the program, and further on. Then
sorry, can I ask something? If we are European students, what should we choose as the funding procedure? Because we have to pay fees, however, we are eligible, I think, for stipendium, if I'm not mistaken.
It depends. So it depends what you're applying for the MSc, for the MD PhD, or for
the MD PhD program.
And you're not Hungarian?
No.
And you have no previous degree?
No.
From Semmelweis? Then you are self-financed.
Okay, thank you.
No. Are you applying for the program of Translational Medicine? So this would be the question then, and in case, so this is what we are doing
just
today.
A question before,
it's a yes.
when you said before there that we shouldn't click on that one, but it's still an asterisk there. So what should we select if we shouldn't select that one from the slide before?
It depends on your supervisor as well. On which, for example, in my case, since I'm doing maxillofacial surgery, it's a dental research division, or also Ratskaroy conservative medicine division, with most. But for sure,
so I have to speak to the supervisor, and he says he's part of this or that.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So, and then you go further, application to an accredited supervisor, or later choosing supervisor. In this case, you can select, if you don't have already a supervisor, you can also choose this option. And then if you have it, then please fill it in. What's the name of the supervisor, the workplace, and anything which is then further required with an asterisk. Then again, you click further, date of the qualification type. You should choose knowledge of any foreign language. Here, this is what I've mentioned prior. If you don't have any degree in English language, you need to provide with degree, I mean a university degree for if you studied at Semmelweis University in English. Otherwise, you need to provide us a specific degree like a TOEFL, and you need to upload all the important information about it, when it was done, where, and what's the grade, basically. Then, this is what I've mentioned. If you remember, there was a compulsory, mandatory documents which you have to upload, and additional documents which you can upload, which would give you a competitive edge towards your peers which are applying for the program. But I mean, only if you have it, of course. So as you can see here as well, different achievements, let's say, would give you different amounts of points. For example, if you won the Rector's Academic Competition or the National TDK Award, in the first place, you would get 4 points, second place, 3 points, third place, 2 points, and so on further. If you have any publication as a first author, then you would get 5 points. If you have participated in conferences as a first author, that would give you 2 points, and so on, as you can see this. So that's actually, please take this very serious. And if you have anything which could fit in, please do fill this in. This is actually a huge advantage for you and for your application if you have something to show in this regard. And again, here, if you have any previous results, you can fill this in as well. Additional university, which will give you 3 points, or any other professional achievement would also provide you with additional points. And then you would come to the section where you have to upload the documents. And the transcript, subject, leader statement. All right. So basically, these are all the stages you have to go through at the doctoral school or the doctoral webpage once you apply. And now we'll see one more video of our colleague Chana. He will talk through and will give you some tips on what to look for in a supervisor if you don't have one already.
Many young researchers and PhD students are rightfully concerned about the choice of their supervisors. As for a PhD student, supervisor is possibly one of the most important team members. In the Center for Translational Medicine, we are training and managing not only PhD students, but supervisors as well. And we highlight the importance of choosing a supervisor early on. There are 3 advantages of choosing your supervisor early on. First and foremost, you have to get to know the mindset and the behavior of your supervisor, and you have to make sure that you're a good match with each other. In this, we help with our soft skill training course. Second, you have to make sure that your supervisor has similar fields of interest as you do. And third, and possibly the most important, your relationship with your supervisor is a lifelong relationship, from networking to problem solving to social life. And in the Center for Translational Medicine, we are not only training for clinical research, we are training scientists for life.
Great. Thank you, Chana, for this. All right. So at the next slide, or the current slide, which we can see here, we will speak about fees and scholarship. While there are a limited number of scholarships, such as the Hungarian state scholarship and also the international funding options are available, we still encourage you to actually do the research and apply independently to scholarships and to other type of funding. And really, please carefully pay attention to this, and careful planning is key, as securing funding still remains in the responsibility of each applicant by themselves. As you can see, the tuition fee for the MSc program is 22,000 euros or 12,000 euros per semester. And for the PhD, it's 20,000. But if you are a Semmelweis graduate or at Semmelweis University, you can get a 50% discount. So 11,000 for the MSc and 10,000 for the PhD per year. And for the MD PhD, very similar, 10,000 euros. If you are, pardon?
This per year?
It's per year, yes. And
So
the 12,000 is per semester.
What happens if you do the MD PhD and you kind of like finish it within 2 years? Do you still have to pay the third and the fourth year?
No, of course not.
Okay.
So you can finish after the second. So in the close to the finishing of your second year, you will have your complex exam. After your complex exam, you would be theoretically eligible to defend your PhD as soon as, or if you also have all the other qualifications done, mainly meaning 2 first author publications within a Q1 journal, then you could finish it. So basically, the complex exam is always in early summer, and by mid-end of summer, both publications would need to be done. Then you would be able to defend in October afterwards your PhD.
Okay.
So it can be done in 2 years and 1.5 months in the fastest time frame, basically.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Okay. So again, the MD PhD program, even if you are from the EU, but you're not Hungarian and you don't have a prior degree from Semmelweis University, it would be self-financed with 10,000 euros per year, not per semester. All right. So, and this is a bit about the application and admission periods within this year, within 2025. As you can see, applications typically open in April, close in May. The interviews are conducted in June. So for now, they are planned between 17th to 20th of June, and results will be announced quite shortly after. It's important to follow the deadlines closely. Our website and newsletters will always have the most up-to-date information, since it might happen that there need to be some last changes with the deadlines or timing. So please also look for this and keep up to date.
So what we did before was the first step, right? Till the 11th of May. What 11th, you showed
exactly.
This is the first one, and the 18th is just finishing that whole thing what we did before by the 18th.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So there are just a few more things to do before actually starting the studies. After a successful admission, so you applied, you registered, you applied, everything, you had your interviews, and you got admitted. So what now? What should you do? After a successful admission, you will receive an information letter from the doctoral office regarding the documents you need to submit in person. There are a few others as well. After that, your data will be entered into the Neptune system. You probably are all aware of this, and you will be able to activate your semester. You have to activate your semester yourself, the same as in any other of your studies, medicine, dentistry. Every semester you have to activate, you yourself have to activate your semester. You'll also need to enroll in your courses. You will be sent a whole list with the Neptune identifiers and everything. And the same as with your medical studies or any other studies, you have to register into the courses yourself via the Neptune system. Also, the studies and meetings start on September the 1st. If you are a first-year student, we are expecting you to come a little bit earlier and to attend the 12 months progress report. So all of our students go through progress reports. In total, there are 8 progress reports. 8th is the public defense, 7th is the home defense, and all the ones, and 6th is your complex exam. Before this, you have basically 12 You have 5 others. And in the first year, every 3 months, there is one progress report. It's like a congress or conference where you can present to your peers and your colleagues within the center what was your progress in the last 3 months. So, and what we would like from you is to come to the current first years when they present their 12 months progress. When there is an internal, let's say, conference, and our current first year is just finishing their first year, and they show what they have done. So you can already get an impression what is reasonable to be achieved within 1 year and what we also expect you to do in 1 year. And this one will be between the 26th to 28th of August. So don't plan to come for the 1st of September, but plan to be here latest 26th of August. Yes, please. There was some question.
What is this moral certificate?
Moral certificate? Where we have it? A moral certificate. So this is from the police. It's a police statement, a criminal record that you are an innocent person. So you have to go to your police and request this.
Sorry, the Hungarian police, or like if we're German, the German police, like?
I, as a German, when I did it, I went to the Hungarian police. So I think that would be the case. But I guess if you are currently not living in Hungary and if you are resident in Germany and living in Germany full time, this might be different if you haven't been in here. But since I lived the last few years here, mine was definitely Hungarian. All right. So there are some other questions which do occur quite often about how to get a permanent student card. And how to get a permanent student card. So to get a permanent student card, you need to visit also the government office. So you need to go there in person and request an NEK datasheet. For the NEK datasheet, you will need your ID card or passport and as well an address card. So this is in Hungarian, the Lacim card. If you don't have your address recorded in your ID or in your passport as well. You will also need to fill out an application form there, which you can get at the government office. The serial number of the NEK data sheet must then be uploaded to the student card application section in the Neptune system. There's some administrative steps and tasks, but I think it's also very manageable. So this section, the section of the student card application in Neptune can be found on the main page of Neptune, where you can upload all the required information. The request will be sent to the doctoral office via Neptune automatically, where they will order the student cards and provide the stickers as well. But I guess most of you are aware of this, as you were probably students here at Semmelweis. Okay. And now we have one more video. This is actually of our first year student Dorothea. She's in the dentistry group, and she's combining dentistry with another physiotherapy. But this is not about this one right now in her research. It's actually about giving you some help and prepare for your oral exam and the admission interview. So let's listen to her.
Want to feel confident walking into your PhD interview? If you prepare for a few key things, nothing will catch you off guard. Here's how to make a great impression at the Center for Translational Medicine. Practice your English. It's an international program, so clear, confident communication really matters. Bring a research idea you care about. It doesn't have to be perfect, but show us your scientific thinking and curiosity. Know your why. Talk about your long-term goals and how they connect to our mission, turning research into real impact for patients. And don't forget to mention your biggest academic highlights like TDK, conferences or awards, and even a little bit about yourself. We want to get to know the person behind the science. Show your passion, be prepared, and you will do great.
Great. Thank you very much, Dorothea. All right, just a few more shortly, and then we will be done. Information about the oral admission, so your interview. It will be personal or for foreign students. It's always more advised or welcomed if you come in person, but of course, if you are abroad, you don't have to fly for this to Hungary. So also Zoom option is possible, But if you're in Hungary, especially in Budapest, of course, please come in person. It's roughly about 10 to 15 minutes, and it will happen from the 17th till 20th of June. The admission committee will be made up of faculty members from here, also further other supervisors, directors, and also a representative of the doctoral office and of the different departments. So for this, you should also add your research plan. You must bring it along, and all the documents must be submitted by them. So of course, every entrance interview is slightly different. Every person might ask different questions, but in general, the most important is that you show that you are motivated, that you are interested in science, and that you are actually well prepared, and that you have an idea what you would like to do. So you shouldn't just come and say, oh, I want to do a PhD because I think PhD sounds good and I have nothing to do. So you should really show your interest and your motivation in research and science. And I think with this, you are well set up and prepared as well. And of course, your English proficiency is also very important.
I have a last question.
Yes.
Just for confirmation. So basically, after we do this, we have a PhD in translational medicine, or does it depend on what, on these sub departments? Like,
no, the PhD will be in translational medicine.
Okay, good.
Yes. So here, please take a picture or a screenshot of this. These are the most important websites and contacts for you. One time, Reka Altenecker, our amazing secretarial assistant, academic department and administrator here, and she will also be responsible for you and she will help you. And further, absolutely important, and we are very happy to have Jimin on board for our upcoming first year, and he will be your first year coordinator. So as I mentioned before, I'm the current third and fourth year coordinator, so every year also has an academic coordinator who's as well either a PhD student or finished their PhD or is a bit more senior in this, but is from profession also either a medical doctor, dentist, or anything in academia as well. And for you, for everyone applying right now, the contact person will be Jimin Lee, and this is his email address. Perfect. I hope you could all take a picture of this if you have other questions. So, oh, and here we have another video, and I will just start it again. Okay. Wait, stop. So in this video, we will show you where to find the booklet with all the useful information about one of our courses and how to access other learning materials. Also, this will help you to get a sense of the academic expectations. So let's start this video. Again, you have to scroll down. You can choose any of them basically. And then exactly. So further, also if you, for example, are at the site, you can scroll down and you can find on this website from us much more information about us as well. You can find also the project books. Project books are, for example, all our students are listed there with their research. So maybe you can orientate yourself. Maybe you are interested in gynecology or dentistry and you want to see, okay, maybe other students in the center, what are they investigating? How do they do it? What are other topics which are currently under research? So to just get a general idea. All right. Perfect. So thank you very much for your attention. This was basically all what I wanted to show you for today. And I wish you all the best with your application process. And I think at least with quite a few of you, I will meet in the interview as well.
Thank you, Alexander.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Can I have a question?
Sure.
So I'm still unsure about the supervisor part. I'm doing research at Semmelweis, but my current supervisor doesn't have a PhD, so he cannot be my supervisor here. Is it okay if I apply without one, or do I need to
Yes.
find someone, or how does it work?
No, you can initially apply without a supervisor, but still please prepare your research idea and the whole topic you want to do. And then we will have a look at it. And depending on what's your topic, we will help you to find a supervisor as well.
Okay, so I can submit this application form without a supervisor.
I think
Okay.
this was some of the slides where you can choose who's your supervisor. But if you have an accredited supervisor, you can also click that you don't have, and that's fine. You can continue.
Okay, and regarding the department, how do I know which one to choose? So I'm a psychology student, and I'm having a gastroenterology topic, yeah. So what do you recommend? Which department should I choose? Because there's a list I should choose from, if I am correct.
From the doctoral school? That's a good question. I would ask this Reka if she's listening.
Okay.
1 second, but maybe she can answer it right now as well. So if someone has no supervisor, how do they know which division they should choose?
Well, it's a good question. There is two things that you can do at first, because, for example, in your situation, I would suggest if you're going in the doctoral school web page is the Pharmaceutical Science and Health Technologies division, because most of our supervisor who is working with gastroenterologist topic, they are there. So it can be a good start. But also, if you're going in the doctoral office website and you're choosing this option like PhD division, and then you're choosing Clinical Translational Medicine Center program, it's us. Then you're rolling down, you can see all of our supervisor and the topics. And maybe there you can find somebody that you are interested about, and we can connect you.
Okay. So I should maybe ask someone, look around and see who can work with me.
Yeah, it's also possible, but if you find nobody in the first stage, you should still apply. And then in this case, I am telling you that the Pharmaceutical Science and Health Technologies is the best division that you can choose.
Okay, pharma something, I will find it. Okay, pharma something. Okay, yeah, thank you very much.
All right.
Sorry, can I ask a question? Where, at which bank account do we pay the application fee? Is it the ordinary that we pay, for example, our tuition fee for Semmelweis, or is it a different bank account?
You will be sent the concrete information or the exact bank details once you have applied. Also, you will be provided with invoice or performer invoice as well. So if you have any, I don't know where you're from, if you have any problem with the visa, that you can provide this upfront as well, so that there is no problem.
No, I mean, like to do the application, there is 9,000 UF. Where, at which bank account do we pay them?
This 9,000 francs you're paying for the doctoral office, so in this one I cannot help, but for us you're paying the 75 euros if you're applying, and all the bank account details in our website. But if you cannot find it, just please write me an email and I can help.
Okay, thank you.
Can you help me? What is the difference between the 11th of May and the 18th of May regarding the application?
Yes, so in the first one, if you can go back, Alex, in this slide.
This one?
So, yes, this one. So if somebody is applying for the Center of Translational Medicine, like this PhD or MD-PhD program, you also have to apply in the doctoral office website that we just show you as that how the whole procedure is going and what kind of information you have to give. Because everyone who is learning in our center, except the MSc student, also allocated in the doctoral division. And for doctoral office, the application time is between 7th of April till 11th of May. So in the doctoral office website, this is the time when you can apply for the our deadline.
Okay, so the form you showed us now is the doctoral office application.
Yes, because if you're going in the CTM web page, maybe you can also show that. It's not in the slides, but just in general, the web page. it's just a pair registration form. And we really need a lot of information like your name, your email address, your phone number, and after that we connected you and calling you via email. We ask you the more details.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Hi, Alexander. My name is Balázs.
Yes.
Thank you for an excellent presentation. Actually, I'm working as a full-time clinician, and I was just wondering which program should I apply for? Am I right? It would be the hybrid one.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
If you're working as a clinician meanwhile as well.
Lovely. Thank you.
All right. Then thank you very much for your time all as well. And I hope to see as many of you as possible, not only for the interviews, but also then in September and also a bit earlier for the 12 months progress report. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day, everyone, and a good holiday ahead. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.